Hey, so here's the deal, man. I haven't shaved in 9 days, okay? I'm doing a little bit of a no-shave July, a just hairy July, if you will. I'm on day 9. I will admit it wasn't completely on purpose the whole way. I got to about day 7 or 8 and thought, you know what? I'm going to make this a thing. I'm going to go a little bit further because I never do a whole month of just hairy, ungroomedness. Because around November, man, I always feel so guilty. It's no shave November. It's Movember. Men collectively across the planet are standing in solidarity, right? For support for men's prostate cancer and men's health. And we're getting just unkept and bushy. And we look disgusting, but it's just all for men's health. And as a man, I want men's health to prosper. I do. I want my own health. I want us to do great, but I just can't bring myself to not shave because I want to look good in the Thanksgiving photos. So I feel so much guilt every time it rolls around. So I've decided now that I've already made it like about a week without shaving, I'm going to push it. So if anyone else out there is like that and you're like, hey, it's November and I just want to look good, my mom's going to get mad at me if I have a beard in the photos, join me in July and we can get through this. It does get itchy right around here, I will say, just after a week. I'm trying to employ the same tactics of discipline and willpower that people do in the fall, but it's getting bad. It's so if you have, I'm sorry, man, I can't do it. Oh, hey, if you smile a little bit, you might get happy. Huh? A lot of people think that happiness brings smiles, but nay, it's the other way around. I tell you what, you smile a little bit, you might. Hey, peeps! Welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris, and yes, I am so happy, visual aid, to be here with you guys today, dude. Let me tell you, this week I have been putting a greater emphasis, greater than I've ever put, on gratitude and appreciation, just of all things in general, man. I tell you what, that is the difference. Sometimes, most times, all the times, really, between having a bad day and a good day, right? The bad things in our life, they're so loud and obnoxious about, hey, brain, this whole freaking situation sucks. You're like, oh, I'm having a horrible day. You're right. But we don't notice the good things nearly as much because they're so content. You go through 2 green lights in a row and he goes, oh, awesome. I'm so satisfied and fulfilled in my life. It doesn't scream at you the same way. So you almost have to play a Where's Waldo game of the good things in your life because loud and bad is just yelling at you. And you're like, oh, what are you doing hiding over there, man? Get over here. What are you doing with my good day? Come on, get over here. Let's have a fantastic time. So just think about that, man. No matter how big or small it is, just feel grateful for it, feel happy. One of which that I'm feeling right now is that I didn't start the episode by falling out of my chair. Flashback. Look at this. Whoa. So it's just these small things, man. Feeling clean shaven, it's just a nice reset. I do want to clarify. I know I started the show out, I was like, I'm doing this for charity. I was always going to shave. It was never for charity. I know that was probably a stupid thing to say. Guess what? I'm doing this for the world. This is for the world. And then I immediately just chicken out and bail. So I didn't want people to think, what a freaking turd. He said he was going to do this and he just blew it in 18 seconds. I was never growing a beard. I was never doing it for charity. I do grow beards, though, and I do participate in No Shave November. Look, visual aid again. I grow facial hair. So maybe that was a stupid idea on my part, but it was just a funny sketch to open it. But I am feeling grateful for this. This feels nice, dude. It feels nice. And another great thing that just happened is I got word that my commercial, Nick the Noob, is continuing in circulation. How about that?
Nick the Noob is in rare form tonight. Ooh, looks like you need some help.
If you haven't seen my TV ads by now, you still got time. So that was a sweet email to get. And luckily I wasn't there for negotiations because it's just like, hey, would you mind if we give you money to stay on TV? I'd be like, do it for free. Which wouldn't have been good because I would really be shooting myself in the face. But yeah, it is an insanely, good luck, praise God, bang, I missed the kiss. But you know what? Hopefully the Lord receives it all the same. But yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling fantastic, man. I recently just finished a 100-day cut, 100-day diet, transformation, or whatever you want to call it, of eating good food, dude. No cheat days, didn't break. I stayed on the freaking wagon, okay? I might as well have been leading the wagon. I might as well have been on the horse with the guy, galloping. This is where we're going, man. And I did it. I got all the way to 100 days. I will say that they always claim that 30 days, 6 weeks, 66 days, whatever, this is how long it takes to form a habit. It is iron and stone, ironclad. This is a good habit you got. BS, man. Because on day 101, I threw all that crap out the window. I was eating gelato and Pop-Tarts for days. Enjoyed myself. So, you know what? Some people say that's falling off the wagon. I call that having another good day, dude. So, yeah, I am trying to get back on the wagon. I will say, after you experience the sweetness that is Pop-Tarts, it's hard to just hop back on the wagon. You almost have to freaking chase it, but the guy's like, go faster. I'm like, no, come back. Pop-Tarts are weighing me. Come with us, Father. You love us. I'm like, I do love these sweet Pop-Tarts. So we'll see. Maybe I'll catch the wagon. Maybe I won't. And yeah, it is a great time. So I don't know what that is, though, the whole habit thing, dude. I could be doing something for years. I could throw that crap out immediately. I could stop brushing my teeth tonight and never do it again. No part of me is going to be like, this is my habit. I need to upkeep this. I must do it. I have to. It's not. There's no form of addiction to working out or brushing your teeth or eating good or anything good in my life. I could stop it on a dime, dude. I don't know what this whole build a habit is. You have to fight to keep that crap every single day if you want to. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. I will say, though, I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back in track. As we all know, my sleep schedule sucks all the time. It's nothing new. However, I don't know if I mentioned that I had a good sleep schedule for just a bit, okay? And I was waking up like 7 or 8 o'clock. I don't even know how it happened. It's like some sort of wizard came down like, here's a circadian rhythm. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm waking up with the sun, feeling blessed. And that went out the window as well because I had to shoot that commercial a week and a half ago or so overnight. So I had to stay up till 5 or 6 a.m. And that just blew everything back out of whack. And dude, it's so hard. It's so hard because, usually you face the consequences of your own actions. My. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions, your own results. But when you're disciplined enough to get in bed at 10, 11 p.m. and say, I want this. I want a good sleep schedule. I am choosing a healthy, good routine. And my brain's like, hey, nope, we're going to stay up till 5 or 6 a.m. It's so dumb, dude. Why can't it just... I don't know. Am I not doing the right melatonin dosage? Is it not the right amount of sheep I'm counting? I don't know. I really don't. So let me know if you have any tricks to get in there because I don't know how I got there in the first place. I'm trying to reclaim it, but it's fine, It's fine. It's the bad thing. It wants to yell at me. This just sucks, but you know what? There's so much good that I can pay attention to that I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, so I'm waking up. I'm feeling good. But I'm not trying to wake up at like 3 or 4 a.m. You know all those people like on Instagram and TikTok? Dude, you gotta be freaking waking up earlier and earlier. If your opponents are great enough before, you get up at 3, okay? And sometimes if your opponents are barely sleeping, you get no sleep, because that's what I do. Stay awake because your enemies are gonna beat you. And you're like, what is this? This is financial advice. This guy's 19. What kind of enemies do you have? So I don't really get the whole hustle and grind mentality. I just want to wake up and just catch the morning cartoons. That's all I'm asking for. So yeah, I am trying to catch that. The world doesn't slow down for you though. So that's what feels so weird. It's like the world just keeps going. You feel out of sync. Everyone goes to sleep and you're still there. And you're like, can I do what they're doing? I feel like I'm not playing the same sport here. They're all playing kickball, and I have my little paddle ball. Can I join you guys? What are the controls? How do I do this? So I'm trying to get into it. I will say this last weekend or so, I had some obligations to do that didn't. Some things just don't abide by your crappy sleep schedule. So I had to go and pick up my cousin. I took him up into the city. I had to be there at like 7 a.m. or whatever. So I wake up at 6:30. Fell asleep at 5:30. Math, hour of sleep right there. So that was an unfortunate situation. I show up and we drive. It was fine though. I mean, I got through the whole thing, but I came back and I crashed hard, which sucks because, I feel like if you could stay up all the way throughout the day, then you could maybe get into a good sleep schedule. But I've done that many times before. I stay up drained and exhausted. I'm fatigued. I'm like, I slept 45 minutes for the past 3 days, and I get all the way to 11 o'clock, and then it's like, bing, hello, second wind. So I don't know what the secret is. I went to go help my dad on that weekend as well. And this was just kind of in passing. I didn't really know I was going to do this until like a couple days before. I was just walking through. I was making a sandwich or something, and he was on his way to the bathroom. And he said, hey, I'm going to need you this weekend to do some flooring. I said, okay. There's an easy chance I could have missed that, but nevertheless, I needed to be there bright and early to lay some floor. That was great because, I don't love doing. I love the work like that is carpentry and construction and everything in the trades. I don't love doing it for work, but on the occasion, like I love to know how to do stuff. I love to be a part of it. I just don't want that to be my livelihood. Like it's cool to be able to like, oh dude, I'm going to build a shelf. Okay, I'm going to build a barn. I'm going to do this. I'm going to rewrite my plumbing. Doing that stuff is awesome, especially for yourself, but just showing up to some random crappy house and someone else enjoys the fruits of your labor is not as exciting. But I do love when my whole family is freaking there. Like it's one of these big rallying jobs again, all the siblings, and it's so fun because it's just it's like a sitcom, dude. Like all the brothers just keep coming in, and there's just this immediate razzing and jokes and fun, dude. The first thing I see my brother wearing a reflector vest, I'm like, oh, good thing you wear that. I almost ran you down, dude. And it's just fun. It's just jokes. I really do love my family. And whoa, what just happened? I got hit with like a wave of nostalgia and memories of growing up with my family, and I think I might be being too grateful and appreciative. But as much as I rag on my older brothers for the bullying and whatever, it's all in good fun, but I can't really ever explain to you, how fortunate I was to grow up with my big family. There's so many tales and just fun adventures that I had with these brothers, and it really is great. Jeez. Okay. It's like I have so much love I didn't even know I just accessed. So yeah, I do. I love being around them. I love having a time. So anyways, yeah, we did that whole project, and it was nice because, oh dude, I went to return something from one of the jobs back to Home Depot and whatever. It was like these two big grinders and sanders. And by the way, when you walk into the tool rental section, I don't know when they started locking these doors, but I'm holding these two things. They're like as big as my torso, and all these cables and crap, it's dangling on my neck. I can't get to the door, and I'm trying to open it with a shoulder. Like, oh, can I somehow wedge this in and get it back? And people are trying to open the door for me, but no one knows that you have to ring a doorbell and get buzzed in. So I'm like trying to get in. The guy's trying to open. Look, I'll help you, man. It's like trying to help me escape from the zoo or something. And so eventually the guy comes by and he lets me in as I'm carrying these heavy things. And it's just a whole awkward situation when you're returning something that I didn't even rent. My dad gave this to me to go and return for him. So I don't even know what these tools are, what they're doing. But I put them on the cart, and the guy's like skeptical of me. He's like, okay, so let's just open all this stuff up. He's trying all the tools out. And it's like this weird game where he's like, let's see if it actually still works or if you broke and you're going to be paying $3,000. And it's like, in a show or whatever where some guy sneaks into the house and then someone's hiding the guy. And the guy comes in, he's like, huh, yeah, so it's a interesting day you're having. He looks behind the shower curtain. I know someone's in here. So anyways, you say you're here all by yourself, and he opens the closet door. No one's there either. That's what it feels like when the guy's trying every freaking tool. Oh, yeah, so you say this works. Okay. So we go through this whole ruse and charade while I'm just sitting there. I was like, dude, I don't even know what that tool is. It could be working or not for all I know, and I couldn't tell you. So he goes through this whole thing, and the reason I brought this up mostly was because at the end of it, as I'm leaving, and again, I can't even get outside. I'm like, dude, can you let me out? Oh, we're done here, right? You got the tools. It's just, who's coming in here and like a serial renter? He's like, I gotta get in here. I'm gonna go rent a sander. I'm going to go rent this new drill bit. And like, what? So I couldn't get out. And eventually I finally open the door. And then right before I leave, I say, hey, have a good day, sir. And he goes, okay. Okay? Who says okay to that? There's this, look, a system, a routine, an exchange in conversation. When someone says, have a good day, you say it back. That's what you do. When your mom says, hey, I love you, you don't go, all right, right? Freaking reciprocate, man. I said, have a good day. I was so taken aback that I almost like stood there in the door for a second, like, what do I do? Do I have a good day now? Is he going to have a good day? Like, if I have a bad day, is it your fault? Like, what are you doing? There's a perfunctory response. You have to play it. So I was like grappling with that. And I was a little upset and feeling like, you know what? Wow, this guy just really doesn't want me to have a good day. But the more I thought about this, I've thought that the response of okay kind of made me feel better. All right. Now, this is a weird twist of events, but I went, you know what? Instead of him just having some sort of fake response, just saying, oh, yeah, have a good day, because that's what I'm supposed to say, he gave me his most authentic self and said, okay, you know, and someone, instead of just saying, hey, you have a good day or whatever, he went, yeah, I will have a good day. And I almost felt more seen. I felt heard, that I'm like, hey, have a good day. And he submitted and let that request and demand wash over him, that he went, okay. So now that I've been thinking about it, man, as angry and as frustrated as I was when it happened, I went, I think that's arguably the better response than just playing the system. Okay, you're just playing life. You're giving me a real response going, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a good day. Now, I wouldn't mind if he went, yes, I will. You as well. And I mean that. Then I'd be like, okay. I mean, that's the top notch. But there is something about someone just saying, yes, okay, I will, that you just feel like a little bit of respect. And, you know, like we're mutuals and he understood the assignment. It just felt like a good exchange we had there. So that was fun, man. And yeah, the whole job was great. You know what's fun is doing something when it gets really monotonous is where I come up with a lot of my jokes or just random stories or whatever. But I was cutting some floor and I came up with a new Broadway show, man. Okay, and the opening number is about a smaller man who is like average at everything in life, but he's a criminal, okay? So his whole song is that he's like, I'm a small, medium, at large. I'm a small, medium, at large. And I think that's just the greatest. I got to flesh it out, but how funny. It just made me laugh the whole time I was doing it, and I can't stop singing it, so you can enjoy that. And you know what? I don't know. If we have any writers out there, people who want to compose and work on a show, let's get something going. Anyways, you know what? Before I go any further, I forgot to mention something on the last episode. Hit it! Tristan's misses. He's a mister, but he misses. Swish! Oh, it didn't go in. Yeah, so that fancy house of the place I was watching the dog and house and whatever, they have a house cleaning service that comes once a week, and they came while I was there, dude. And she warned me about this beforehand. I didn't understand it because, you know, that's their business. Like, that's the career that they organize and they clean. So the house was in nice condition and I was keeping it nice as well. So I didn't know why they were coming, but they came nonetheless. I was going to try and leave the house before they got there. I was going to go visit my newborn nephew, but the timing was not right yet. They weren't ready for visitors. So I was just still there. And I think I had just gotten back that night from the commercial shoot. So I just went to bed at like 6 or 7 a.m. and they show up at 8:30. So I had planned on leaving the house still, but I guess I was so tired that I just didn't wake up in time. So I wake up to what feels like the middle of the night. I had just fallen asleep and it's pitch black. I'm in the basement. I hear someone jingling with the door. So I'm like, what? I'm home alone. What's going on? It's so dark. They didn't even turn on the basement lights. So I hear someone opening the door. I look up, door starts opening, but I can't even see out there because it's still all black. I was like, what? Who's cleaning the house? Batman? Why are the lights still off? And they shine a light. like they're searching the wreckage of a ship. I'm like, huh, huh, and they spot me and they go, and they turn it back off and they swing the door shut quick. I'm like, huh, what just happened? So honestly, part of me doesn't even know if they were cleaning ladies. Someone could have broken into the house for all I know, but I was too uncomfortable to even leave the room at that point. I was like, I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to try and fall back asleep. Batman's out there. He'll take care of it. So, yeah, I don't know. If they were cleaning ladies, again, there wasn't much to do. I kept it in nice condition. I did all my dishes, everything, wiped counters down. Actually, you know what? It was dirtier than when they arrived because it was already in perfect condition, and then they left a cup behind. So I don't know how much you're paying Batman, but, he's leaving stuff on the counter. It looked dirtier when I came back up there. I was like, why did these people come and just leave their little trinkets behind? So anyways, that was a frightening experience to have when you're home alone in someone else's house, and then you feel like someone breaks in. He's like, hey, what's going on? He's like, freeze, don't fight. So that was fun. Anyways, what else is going on, dude? Prime Day, all right? The yearly event where Amazon slashes prices. Okay, you can go back to last year's episode. I think it's called Spacious Spender or something. I don't know, but it's all about my escapades with Prime and how exciting it is of buying things that I just don't quite need. But when there's a deal, there's a deal. And this year was no different. I know there's not really a great point in announcing Prime Day because it just ended this morning, so you missed out. But yeah, I bought a lot of good things. I spent like $300. A lot of it was podcast equipment, okay? So we're upping the budget of the show, spending things because, as the more and more people that decide to hop aboard this little circus, I want to give you a proper show. So we spent a lot of money on that. Spent a lot of things on things, I just didn't need. Different headphones, and I bought a tongue scraper, okay? People are like, this is good for your breath, and a tongue scraper is a bit nerve-wracking because I don't know how to use it. I know how to use it. I know it says you should scrape it, but I don't know, is something scraping my tongue? I don't know what the pressure is, so I'm a little nervous to even use it, but I bought it nevertheless. I got this watch as well. Ha-cha! And, it's just, I can't even tell time, but it's nice to just look at. I'm looking to upgrade my fashion, okay? A little flair on the wrist, if you will. So it's really just an excuse, like I was saying in the last episode, so I can get out of something. Oh, yeah, you have, okay. Oh, shoot, look at that. So anyways, yeah, I bought a ton of things. It's always great. You got to love just getting packages over and over again. There's so much bubble wrap. Pop, 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 pop. Feels like I'm lighting fireworks. It's been the 4th of July. People have been nonstop lighting things off, but it might actually just be Prime Day in hindsight. It might just be everybody opening packages and pop, 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 pop. So maybe everybody's just enjoying a good discount and we're having a great time as we do. There's also a lot of gifts being bought this Prime Day. Some people are less selfish than I am. They've spent money on other people, which is great. That's awesome for you guys. Particularly my new nephew. So people are buying the baby clothes and different toys and such, and they're buying the parents' candles. It's great to have a kid, I guess. There's just a wave of gifts, but I didn't get him anything. But I was thinking, hear me out here, my brother owes me $40. And me, knowing that I'm never going to see the money anyway, will charitably erase his debt. So how about that? I'm giving him a $40 gift of freedom for his new child. And I think that's a blessing because it's just nice to erase it. But I also knew, again, I was never going to see that money. I've been hounding him for over a year. Can I get my $40 back? Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll send it right over. Turns off his phone. He's like, oh, sorry, phone died. But anyways, yeah, so I probably won't get him a Christmas gift either because he recently took a $50, $60 pair of boots of mine and he destroyed them. He trashed them in the mud. They're broken. They're gone. They're already thrown in the trash. I saw them. I went up there where he was at and he wasn't even wearing them. They were just on the ground, just ripped and destroyed. I was like, are these my boots? I've been looking for these. Where did you take these? He said, okay, and this is my brother's fine logic. He goes, yeah, it didn't look like they were being used. Yeah, I have other pairs of shoes, okay? Just because they were on my feet in the present time. He's like, oh, must be mine then. You know how stupid that is? So I'm not getting a Christmas present. You can have my boots. I'm washing that away as well, man. Imagine you just spent the time, you rebuilt a nice 68 Camaro, okay? You put the money in, you rebuilt it. It's nice, it's pristine. But You're not driving it, okay? You're using other cars. You have nicer cars. Those are your nice boots, okay? And then my brother shows up to your house where he does not live and takes your car into the demolition derby. You see it, you go, what the heck? And he tells you it wasn't being used, so it must be mine. You know how stupid that is, dude? So anyways, yes, I am so charitable that I am just slowly erasing and washing away all his debts and treacheries. I don't know what the word is, but yes, happy birthday to the kid, and don't tell them, but Merry Christmas. You don't gonna get me boots. So I would say we're on to our questions, but we don't have any. Nobody submitted any questions this week. Oh, it's sad, dude. So now this symbolic white sheet of paper that has nothing on it genuinely has nothing on it. There's nothing to answer, and it's a little unfortunate because I love responding to the questions. So everybody out there, please submit. We need them for the show, and they don't all have to be about wedgies. I know that it's enticing to ask questions about wedgies or wet willies or other bullying tactics because I'm so knowledgeable, but I'm being serious, okay? Ask anything, all right? You want life advice, financial, relationship, whatever it is. You're feeling a little bit weird about your current situation. Maybe those bad things are screaming in your face. Tell me about them, and I'll give you a fantastic response with a little bit of jokes sprinkled in. So if you're feeling uncomfortable about submitting them with your name, do it anonymous, all right? So I'm always happy to answer your questions. Please submit because I do love it. That was a great portion. I loved having those questions, but we don't have any more currently. I did get a response back, and I was asking about names for the segment, and people said they did like silly psychology and information with an imbecile. Those are kind of two separate ones, but they said, we like silly psychology and information with an imbecile, which is slightly degrading to me, but that's my fault. I came up with the name. I dug myself this hole, and now people are like, hey, we like it. So that might just be the segment name. So if anybody has any questions to the man who took one class of psychology and felt he grasped it all, please submit, and I will answer them on information with an imbecile / silly psychology. Other than that, man, I have been trying to walk a lot lately, and I go on these walks, and it's nice, it's peaceful, right? You're just becoming one with nature. And then I see a piece of trash, and I go, oh, that's weird, someone littered. Step, 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 step. In my brain, I don't know what happens to where I go, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Why? It's in someone else's yard. They can take care of it. Shut up, brain. I keep stepping. I stop in my tracks. Okay, it's got to be a sight for anybody opening the blinds. Like, what is this? He stopped. What is he up to? I turn around and I pick up the freaking garbage. There's no trash cans just walking through the neighborhood. So now I'm holding this for the foreseeable 45 minutes that I got to take all the way back around. And now that I have one piece, I can't ignore the rest of the trash. Okay, what am I going to do? Just pick up one piece and say, I've done my civic duty. Now I've become this great Samaritan. There's like, whoa, he's walking by with just one piece of trash. He doesn't want to pick up my trash as well. I keep picking up piece after piece after piece. By the end of my walk, I'm holding 2 fistfuls of trash. I kid you not. And I'm trying so hard to not look at the ground. But I swear to you, I'm the most observant person on the world. My eyes are shut. I'm looking up. Don't see any trash. Don't see any trash. And then I just somehow glance down. And of course, there's a giant piece of wet cardboard there. And I picked that crap up too. Why, dude? Why can't my brain just let me be? So now I'm cleaning up the neighborhood effectively with every walk that I take. But look, is it the biggest stress in my life? No, but when you're just trying to have a peaceful walk and just get some exercise, I'm carrying around other people's garbage. I wasn't trying to do community service, man. So, yeah, if you ever find yourself in my neighborhood, just look around, and I might as well just get a freaking poke or whatever those are. Like, hey, yeah, did you do something wrong? No, I just can't ignore my brain, man, shoving it. So, yeah, I'm just a really good person. I don't know what that is, but I just can't stop it. I actively try to ignore it, so I don't know how good of a person I am. I walk and I walk and I walk, and I'll take like a 1/4-mile journey back to get it because my brain goes, hey, 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 get it. Oh! Unbelievable. So anyways, guys, I don't know how long this episode's been, which is ironic because I'm wearing a watch. But I appreciate you guys being here with me. I thank you so much. That's all we have to talk about. I love you. And you know what? I'm trying to work on making the podcast just more and more I want to say lackadaisical, but I don't know what that means exactly. Dictionary check. But, I'm just trying to drop a little bit of it and just let it be a bit more conversational and just flow just a little bit more. But it's tricky because the more equipment that I buy, the more professional I make the setup, it just feels just way more produced, and I get so lively, and the energy gets so hot, and I go joke, 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 ha, 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 and then the laughter and the volume, it all goes up. So I don't know. It's all about finding balances, but I do appreciate you guys being here with me, and I hope you've enjoyed our talks. Again, please submit to the show at Tristan Sartoris on all social medias or contact the email, FullCircusPodcast@gmail.com. And I will respond to your questions, okay? Let's have ourselves a silly goose time. Have yourselves a silly goose weekend or a weekday. It doesn't matter. Whatever day you're listening to this, I freaking hope as you watch that time tick by on your watch that you just bought, that you didn't even really need, that it is awesome for you guys. All right, so thank you so much. I love you. Look at all the good things in your life. And I'll see you next episode.